Hello everyone, welcome to Gosport Railworks. My name is James and today I'll be doing my yearly collection update, just so you can see all the bits and pieces, basically all my engines and all my rolling stock, which I've still got, in my collection really. So first of all I'll show you all the engines, which I've got up behind me. I'll give you a quick tour of all my layouts, which I'm still working on. I can show you all my rolling stock, which I've now got neatly in some basically in some racks and that lot, so I can keep them all together. And I'll show you all the other little bits and pieces which I've still got hanging around. So yeah, I'll get on with that, and yeah, I'll see you in a bit. Right, here we are with my display rack. Where should I start with? Top or the bottom? The bottom only has some sachets which I'm going to be using for some kits, so we'll start with the top. Right, here we are. Right, at the very top here, we've got my LNER, GWR and my LMS selection. I'll show you that in a moment when I've moved the plexiglass, plastic covers. So over here we've got my B17, I've got my B12-3 and my little Sentinel. I might even be having 5 of each for basically non-southern stuff, mainly because I haven't really got all the space for it all now. So I have sold some things, but yeah, to be honest, I only need a few things from the other railways. I've got my castle. This is my Grange. That's I think I've only shown that a few times. Did have a king, but that didn't really run all that well, so I got rid of it. This is my Duke dog, which looked very, very nice. I was quite interested in how it looked. Got my 45-75 class. I think that's what it was. I may be a bit wrong. I can't quite remember. Let me just move that a second. And move the pannier out of the way. No way. Might be right. I'll correct myself in with a little thing in a moment. And I've got my 5700 class right here. Now onto LMS. I've got a what's it? The Jubilee class, which I'm quite impressed with. I've got a 2P, matching colours. Got my 4F, the Ivet 2MT, and I've got my Ginty. We'll go on to the next one down. And we'll start at this end because we've already got it open. Right, I've got the, I think it's the 483 class. Again, I need to correct myself if I got it wrong. Basic little EMU which we did have on the Isle of Wight. I've got my 73. I've got the old Faris 159, which I still need to get fixed. Got my 47 here. Ooh, make sure it's in focus. There we go. Going to be doing that a lot. I've got my class 50, and I've got my class 319. I did have a 101 and a 121. However, I'm selling them. I've still got the 101, which is by the time I'm recording this, have got it up for sale. So yeah, basically I wanted stuff which is basically more southern, and I know it's what was it? I know it's Railworks Southeast, but I wanted it a bit more locally stuff. So unfortunately they don't count. I've got my Brighton Bell, very nice, need to run that more often. I've got my 33, I've got my Mornsel Shunter, I've got my 3 sub, which I still need to replace the thing for, but it still runs, just a bit awkward. And I've got my 419, the MLV. Got a blank space there. I've got my Mock 410, the 4-bet, 4-bet. It's only a mock one because they haven't actually made one in gauge, but just replace out a coat and it looks close enough. I've got my Class 08, Class 03 down below. I've actually got my 411, the 4 Seb. I've got my 3H, was it the 205? Doesn't look too bad. Ooh, there we go, move it back. This is my 401 if I remember right, the 2, I think it's 2 how or something. Can't quite remember that at the moment. Again, I'll mention it if I forget in little caption. And I've got my Drury rail car, and also my 2 Network Southeast track cleaners. Over here, this is very easy. I've got Percy, and I've got James. Is out of focus? There we go. Percy, James, and Thomas. Come on, keep in focus. There we go. So yeah, got them 3. I've got my Class X and my Class W. Both of them Peckets. Very nice. I think that's actually a W6. I can't quite remember. That's W class and X class. I've got my Austerity 280. Very nice. In its LMR livery. I've got my Bullied Pacific, my Merchant Navy. I've got the Bullied Q1. And now I get my let's see, I've got my standard classes. So I've got my 5MT, again out of focus. This is a new lens, but still trying to get used to it. So yeah, I've got my 5MT. There's the old ready to run Faris 4MT tender. It's got that awful gap in the middle. Hopefully I can get rid of it. I do know you can get make it a bit more realistic, but I'll leave it like that for now. I've got my 4MT tank and my 3MT tank. Right, on to the more southerny things again. So I've got my 2 M7s in both colours. I've got 2 N classes in both colours. That's my sound one. I've got my 2 schools, both in green, because I've always had them in green. Did have one in black, but replaced it with the new one in green, and that's still one with still looks nice. And no, that's in olive green. I haven't got as many terriers anymore. I've only got 2. Do need to work out how to DCC them. You can do it. It's just awkward. I'm thinking about not actually using a soldering iron. Basically, just have the wires. Basically using friction to keep the wires together. But I've got one in black and I've got one in green. And I've got my C class here. It's also a very nice engine. I've got move that back. I've got my Government T9 and 700 and my Adams 395. This one, these 2 do need to be DCC'd, so I can't quite run them at the moment. Especially that one, because I tried putting a decoder in it, didn't really like the decoder, and yeah, I've basically not got the wire. It's not wired up at the moment. So these 2, that one can run, but only on DC. That one doesn't can't run at all at the moment. I've got my SF15, one of my very first kits which I put together. Still just about runs. May need to look into replacement tender drive. I've got my Sterling R1, which I'm very happy with. I've got my LBSCR E1. I've got the C2X, my new one, because I did have a other kit built one made from brass. But this one looks better because I can actually put this one together. This is my D3, which does have a decoder. Doesn't run all too well because it's a decoder it doesn't quite like, which I will be replacing. Got my E class, which I may need to redo sometime. I do want to replace that with a Ferris 4-piece chassis, a remoted one. Ooh, that's awful. There we go. But yeah, for now it's doing alright as it is. Can't pull much, but it will do alright. I've got my C3. First tender kit which I made. Let's see, I've got my G6. Still a brass kit, which is my only one left. This is my E2 and my B4. This is my J class. My very first kit, my one which I made, a P class, and also a USA tank. Now these ones down here, this is my L1, which I do want to redo, or just reuse the chassis for it, because these are basically the old Ferris 4Ps. They can run well, but you do need to remotor them because the motor in them is bad. This used to be a GWR 14XX, but I'll be reusing the chassis for that one. This actually works at the moment still. It's the 5600 from Sonic, but I'll be using that as a donor chassis. Yeah, I did get it second hand. It still runs fine. It's just the only available chassis which I can find for it. This is for a renewed Z class, which I'll be doing in 3D. However, I still need to finish off putting the chassis together. Here's my class 66, still being at class 66. Right. Last lot of engines. My class 43, still looking nice. My class 55, 37, 24, and right in the corner I've got my class 04. No, wait, 03, the other one's the 04. I always get them slightly mixed up. Might get rid of this one and the 55. I'm not too sure. I'm still a bit on the still undecided at the moment. Like I said, I'm trying to reduce stuff which I don't. They look nice, but I don't like having too many rule ones. So those two I might get rid of as well. So if anybody's interested, do let me know. But these two I'm keeping, and I've been beeped at. But yeah, that's it for the engines. And now let's get on to looking at the layout. So I'll see you in a sec. Right, for layout, it's going to be quite simple because they're all luckily in this room. So we've got Gosport, which is looking rather nice at the moment. I'm still working on tidying up things and adding bits of detail here and there. So there's Gosport. Minstow Road is still over here. I have been slowly working on this over the months because it's basically just to fix a few things, but I have been learning how to do that. So that should be coming out soon. I do actually need to work on it a bit more. And I have got one little layout, you know, my little, what was it? My notice board layout, that's still upstairs. However, I'm not climbing all the way up there because it's cold. So you know what it looks like, it's only the little thing. And why is there always bits of greenery which falls down? Need to re-glue that. Stay. Anyway, there's my bed. Not really important. And down here is my Thomas layout. But I've not done much since last looking at it. It's still a bit of wood nailed together on some wheels, so that can stay underneath there. Right. On to the other bits and bobs. I have been selling all my O gauge stuff and my double O gauge stuff, so I haven't really got any of that anymore, apart from the stuff which I'm selling. There's the Terrier, that's the last of my O gauge stuff, that's the 101, and that's the 8F. So yeah, I'm selling all that. I've even got rid of my TV. So yes, I've still got my Moid engine. However, I do know a friend who has been eyeing it up, so she may end up getting that as well. She will be buying it off me, but yeah, she showed interest of that. Also, just to mention, have got a Hornby digital decoder controller, but that'll be used for much larger layout. Have also got my very first James, very old, very worn as well. I was planning to spruce him up and basically put him on a display thing, but haven't quite decided. I may replace him. I'm not entirely sure. It's just bring back some memories for me. I may fix him. But yeah, that's it for all the odds and sods. Oh, there's a few more odds and sods as well, but they can be done at the very end. Right, on to the rolling stock. So I've got my 5 owner wagons in here. Do need to get some more, mostly some more 7 ones, because I do want more 7 ones. These are just various wagons and stuff, which I haven't quite classified yet. I may put these with the vans, which are the next one up. I've got vans. This is going to have just all sorts of vans. I'm eyeing up the SECR ones from Rapido. Let's stick in here. Get a few, at least one box of them, and get the Empen ones to stick in here as well. This is the Southern Railway specific one, so why is that all gone all wonky like that? So Southern Railway specific ones in here. Right, and then we get on to this lot over here. Move my plushie. Yes, I do have plushies, I don't care. Right, this is my Crimson Cream BR stuff. So I've got 8 in maroon and 8 in crimson cream. Also, I have got noisy people in the house as well. This is my LMS specific one. I have put LMS coaches and wagons all together because it's just seemed easier, really. I will be having more coaches, but I do want some variety. I do want basically a couple more types of LMS coaches, maybe some proper period ones, or at least change the roofs to these, and maybe one other variety, or just get more Stania ones. Not too sure. And get more wagons as well. My LMER coaches, which haven't changed since last time. So I've got my Greasley and I've got my Thompsons. Again, do want a bit more variety, and also axle wagons. My GWR coaches, which I've got a full set of. Well, which I'll say full set of. But I do want to get a couple more, the Hawksworth ones. They look very nice. I'm very happy with them. I may get rid of this, since I'm redoing the 1400 tank into a Southern engine, I may change that or sell it and replace it with another Hawksworth coach. But I've got B set and I've got some Colette coaches as well. I can go back in there. My Southern coaches. Right, I've got my 2 sets of Mornsel coaches in olive. I've got high windows and low windows. I've got just a Bogey B wagon there. I've got my trying to remember the name, LSWR coaches here, which I made. Some mock LSWR coaches, meant to be a 2 set from one of them. Right, also point out these 2 top ones are completely empty, so I'm not going to have to bother with them. Next lot up is my BR Green Mark 1s. Whole set of BR Mark 1 in green. So yes, this is the Mornsels in BR Green, and also some other pre-grouping stuff. So I've got my birdcage set in here, and also my LSWR gate stock, which isn't the right gate stock, but never mind, it's BR green, it's living in there. Now I've got my bullied coaches in BR green and blood and custard, and also 2 spare spaces for any other types of bullied coaches. I do want to get some brake composites, but they don't make them ready to run. Now this is my Intercity and Network Southeast. So I've had to squeeze in all the Network Southeast ones. May get a couple more coaches, maybe some brakes, and I've got my my Intercity coaches there as well. And I've got my Era 7 stuff, which is the blue and grey, so Mark 1's in blue and grey. I'm going to have to get out the flip out, flip out screen on this, so I can see what I'm doing. There we go. I'm actually holding this above my head now, so I can't actually directly see what I'm doing. Right, this is my parcels in BR7 and blue and grey, but I have got a maroon one up here, so got some parcel stuff there. More bogey bees in green, and also got some brake gangway stuff at the back there, full brakes at the back, and also some GUVs, so they can go in there. This is my Pullman coaches. Got 8 Pullman coaches there. I can make up the what was it? The golden arrow. We're using pretty much most of these. So they're looking quite nice. Can't say all that well because, like I said, I'm looking into the little viewfinder. And I've got all my Thomas stuff in here, which actually I may just put down here. This would actually hurt my hand. So let me just make a bit of space and put out the door. There we go. So let's see, I've got Annie and Clabell down here in the shadows. I've got some, these were going to be the old coaches in green and, I think, green and beige colour, but I decided just to keep them as teaks, because they did have some old coaches in teak livery on the series. These are my modified old, these used to be the fast mainline coaches, but decided to edit them to look more like the express coaches on the series. They look rather nice actually. I'm quite impressed with how they come out. Not perfect, but never mind. I've got I've been gluing on some faces onto some of these Pico wagon kits. This is basically make them a bit more like troublesome trucks. I've actually got some actual ones which you can buy from Totally Thomas. It's actually filled with coal and stuff like that, and some filled with just a mineral. And I've got a tar wagon. I do need to make some more, and I've got 2 Tidmouth milk wagons, and also I've got a Northwestern brake van as well. Most of these are Pico kits or actual stuff from Totally Thomas. Right, pop that back up there. So if it's not quite been in focus, like I said, this is a new lens and I'm still trying to get used to it. Right, and last few bits. I've still got my Christmas train over here and a Space Marine. Not quite that important, but you get to see a Space Marine if people know what that is from. And yeah, that's pretty much it. I won't show you my train outside because, like I said, it's cold and I'm not particularly keen on going outside. But you know what my train looks like. I'll put up a picture of it. This is my D15, a Drummond D15, which I'm restoring. Other than that, the only other things I can show you is well, the camera. Which, well, you already know what camera I'm using, but the lenses I'll be using. So just show you, this is my super macro lens. So this is my zooming in. This is the kit one that came with it, and I'll show you the. Well, if I swap these around, then you can see the new one which I've got. So yeah, this is my lenses, because you may be interested in them. So I'm using a Canon M50 Mark II, which is a one of the ESO range ones. So just quickly swap out the lenses, then you can see the new ones I've got. So give me a sec. Yep, here we are. With just to finish off with the lenses which I've got. So this is the one which I've been using for most of the video, which is the pancake lens, which yeah, it's been working alright. So I still need to get used to it. It does have autofocus and all that lot. And this is my zoom in lens, which does have. I'll screw this off. Try to anyway. It's a bit difficult with one hand. Let me just sort that out. There we go. It has got a light on the front, so this is why you can see all the detail quite clearly. I'll sort that out in a moment. And yeah, that's pretty much it really. And I have got my computer, which I've got my computer which I sort out all my train stuff, and yeah, there's my channel. So yeah, that's pretty much it really. And I have got more. Actually, I'll finish it off with all the photos which I've got of my trains. Well, not my trains, but yeah, there's some photos of engines which I want to build, or engines which I've already built. Not that one. That one's which I just got randomly. Ticket for Reading South. LSW ticket. Well, route thingy to Gosport. Do you really want to make one of these? This is a Adams A12. Really do like that engine, but it's going to be a bit tricky to make. There's a J class. That's a C2X. A one in colour, which is a the L1. D15. That's the Sterling R1. Slight bit glare. There we go. These are just the things from the Hornby magazine. There's one there. There's the Southern System. More Hornby stuff. That's a G16. That's the Z class. That's the O2. No, O1, sorry, thank you. O2 is another one. That's the Q class. That is a. I think that's the 6 bell. Just because of it. No, 2. It's a multiple unit and it has only the one Pullman coach there, so I'm suspecting it's a 6 bell. That is a. I don't remember what that one is. Maybe a E1 class. That's T, and that's a U class going down to Gosport. And got a couple of Gosport there, or Fort Buckhurst, and a couple of other pictures. And just to finish off, just a quick look at all the other pictures which I've got. Ooh, and just skip the light so you can't see it. And just zoom in. Got that picture over here, which I very do like. Do want to recreate that scene at some point. Computer again, and few pictures over here. And maybe a bit more glare on a bit more pictures. It's a bit difficult to see because of the glare, but and just to finish off, yeah, that's what we had around Gosport and Portsmouth. Anyway, that's pretty much it really for this update. Hope you enjoyed the video. So yeah, do let me know what you like. If you're interested in some of the things that I'm selling, because also I do want to sell a few things. The 55 and the A3 possibly, but also I've still got my A gauge Terrier, which needs to go. Hopefully that may have gone by the time the video's gone out. Same with the 101 and the 8F, but if not, do let me know. I've also got some O gauge stuff, basically a loop of track, and some of those old four-wheel coaches in green. They want them in black. I don't understand that one either. It said that it's in black, it's in green, but it's black. Oh well. Anyway, again, let me know what you think of the video. Well, of all my stuff. So I don't really want to. I was thinking about saying this. Yeah, I don't really want to make this like I'm showing off or trying to impress people. I just people asked what my collection's like, and yeah, this is what my collection's like, really. Never really meant it as I'm showing off or anything like that. Just people seem interested, and so I just say to them, well, basically, here's what I've got. So yeah, I'm gonna have a rest now and glue this thing back in. I don't know where that came from. That one. I might just leave it off. I've got. It's a fluff everywhere. It's got my niece keeps looking around at stuff. You can live there instead. There we go. That's how I deal with stuff which I can't remember where it lived. Yeah, it lives somewhere else now. Anyway, hope you enjoyed the video. I hope you all have a lovely day. If you did like the video, feel free to like, comment and subscribe. If you didn't like the video, well, I hope you have a lovely day anyway. And I hope to see everyone again next time. So take care now. And yeah, I'll see you then. So bye bye now.